Well, I'm here in Cape Coral, and this is what's left of my apiary after Hurricane Ian came through. All those boxes were back in that swamp, and looks like nothing has survived. Everything was washed out into the swamp. This one box is being robbed out at the moment. There must have been some honey left in it. There's more flies than bees. Look at that small hive beetle slime just pouring out of it. So I had 10 hives here, and maybe one has survived, but I don't like those odds with that robbing going on. Amazingly, found all my bottom boards, missing some lids. I had 10 hives each with one deep and 2 supers. I'm missing one deep still and missing 2 supers and all the frames from them, so that's not too bad. I got 90% of the boxes back. This is the stinking pile of frames I need to clean up, and they are just riddled with small hive beetle larvae. They're just it's fallen over. They are coated. You can see them in there. So it's just creating a new crop of beetles for next year, which is going to have to be dealt with. This is the paddle boat I found while I was recovering my boxes. So last week, when the water was much higher, that was actually quite useful, floating this all back. Now these boxes, you can't really see from here, but there's a canal over there, and that's where the storm surge came, and it came straight through into this preserve between these 2 houses, and there was probably at least 3 feet of water came through here. So even though I had all these boxes strapped down with cinder blocks, they had no chance. You can see here, there's 2 cinder blocks a hive was resting on, and the cinder block that was on top of it, still all strapped together. The storm surge just blew them apart. This is the one box I'm hopeful might survive. But look, there's more flies in there than bees. But there are some bees. I'm not really willing to go in there and disturb them at the moment. I'm going to give them some time and see if anything survives out of that. But yeah, a fair bit of cleanup right in the middle of Brazilian pepper flow, which is now done for the year because there's no Brazilian pepper trees left. But you can just see that was where there was one hive standing up after the storm, and it's just been slimed out. There's cinder blocks back there. They go all the way. I was back there over 150 yards pulling boxes out, and I'm still missing some. So anyway, this is the reality of what Hurricane Ian has done, and I'm just a hobbyist. Think about the commercial guys that had, you know, hundreds of hives out there and they clean up. I don't even know how many frames I'm missing yet, but they stink. Anyway, start again in spring.